Hi everybody, welcome back to DayZ. And on Twitter the other day I had an interesting question about how you can quickly enable or disable base damage on your community servers for PlayStation, Xbox or PC. So how do you stop or enable people from being able to break down the walls on player built buildings? And there's two ways of doing it. You can do it through the server settings and in your server DayZ.config file. And you can also do it for your CFG gameplay.json. Just bear in mind that the CFG gameplay.json, if enabled, will override any settings in server DayZ.config. So what does that mean? Okay, so this is a Nitrado PlayStation server. And if we go to the general settings here, you'll see if we scroll down, you'll get to a bit where it says near the bottom, disable base damage. Now, what this is actually doing when you tick this is in the server DayZ.config file, which is, if you're familiar with it, is a file that controls like how the server works in terms of things like passwords to get on the server, the name of the server, how long the night lasts, all that sort of stuff. This puts a 1 against the disable base damage or enable base damage. Basically, it disables the base damage. Now, on PlayStation and Xbox community servers by Nitrado, we don't have direct access to the server DayZ.config. So putting this tick here does that for us. However, what it's important to note is that if you enable your CFG gameplay.json file, that will then override the setting here or in your server DayZ.config. So the CFG gameplay.json, which was introduced a few updates ago, is a very powerful file that controls many things, and you'll find it in your file browser. So if you go to your file browser, go into your missions folder, so it'll either be Chernrus or Enoch if it's for Livonia, and then in the root directory you'll find CFG gameplay.json. So if you download that, I mean, you can open it on the web as well, and you open it up, you'll see you have control over many things here, things like server temperature, object spawners array. If you put any custom objects on your server, this is the file you use. So most servers will have CFG gameplay.json enabled, and you'll find right at the top here we have the one, so disable base damage, which is the one you're interested in. So if you have that set as 1, which means yes, so disable base damage, yes. So if we had that as 1, it means people wouldn't be able to break into player-made structures such as watchtowers, gates and fences, that kind of thing. So you would put a 1 in there, you would save that, and then you would re-upload it to your server using the option down here, upload file, over the top of the existing one, restart your server, and then you'd be good to go, and people wouldn't be able to damage walls and fences created by players. Bear in mind though, one of the problems with that is that often when people are building, they build things in the wrong place, and they also build things back to front, and they build gates around the wrong way, and then they can't then destroy them to get themselves out of trouble. So sometimes you do have to turn it back on, turn it back on, or turn it on or off. But as you can see, if you wanted to change base damage on or off, you could do it very quickly that way. Now on PC, it's a little bit different, kind of, I guess. So the theory is still the same. So if you're on a Nitro PC server, if you go into the general settings, there we go, let's click on that, and you scroll down, you'll see disable base damage. So again, this is changing the server DayZ.config file. Now on PC, on Nitrado, we do have access to the server DayZ.config file, and right down the bottom you'll see disable base damage equals 1. So you could change that. However, just like with console, if in our settings we have enable CFG gameplay.json, again that means that the settings in the CFG gameplay.json will override the settings in the server DayZ.config. So on PC, you would go into the file browser, DayZ standalone, as you can see we've got all the mods here, go into the missions, pick the map the server's running, so say it was Enoch or Livonia, and then we've got cfggameplay.json. Let's just click on it and do it in the browser. So as we can see straight away up here, disable base damage 0. If we wanted base damage to be off, we would say 1 to that. So we'll have disabled base damage, 1 being yes, 0 being no. Save that, restart the server, and you'll be good to go. So there we go. Hopefully you found that useful. If you've got any questions or comments, put them down below. If you've enjoyed the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. And I will, of course, see you again soon.